Bruce, it's now been a little bit since Bergeron and Marchand have contributed 5-on-5. What do they need to do to get going for this team?
Well, I'd say in the first overtime, Bergie did a lot, but Bobrovsky just stoned him. He had at least 2 point-blank chances. The first one, I mean, I think he fought off Atkinson's hook for about 3 seconds to get a shot off. Great save, and then the play Heinen made was unbelievable save. So, you know, that part of it, you know, in a short sample supply, you know, you can get critical about the lack of production, but sometimes you got to tip your hat to the goaltender. They've done a good job against Marshy. I think where they could have been better tonight as a group, but they're part of that group was a power play. Clearly, that's a place to get going offensively, and we didn't execute well enough. We got a goal off of it, but really not nearly to the level those guys have executed all year. Columbus has good sticks. You got to respect that, but we're forcing plays and didn't execute the plays we should, and they're part of that group. So that's where I'd be. If I'm going to lay blame on them, I'd say it's more in that area than 5-on-5. I think they've generated some stuff, just hasn't gone in.
Bruce, getting back to Bergie and the overtime save by Bobrovsky. At that point, you're thinking we've done enough to win this hockey game, and that's just what happened? Or are you looking at other things and saying we need to be better here and there and thinking about some of the turnovers?
Well, the turnovers happened before that, so you got to move on to the next shift. That was our, at the end of the day, all 3 goals they scored, we had the puck on our stick. The PK one, we didn't get it clear. You know, they rotated around the first goal by Panarin. You know, the second one by Panarin, clearly a miscommunication turnover deep in our end, about to go on a power play, changes momentum. And then the last one, we did have a chance to clear, they kept it in. We just had a breakdown in our PK structure, unfortunately. But I thought we cleaned it up after 2 periods or whatever it was. Like, I thought our overtimes were excellent in terms of how we defended. We gave up a chance early. McAvoy at the blue line, I think, fought a puck, and you know, they had a 2-on-1. It was, and really, it's hard to fault. That was kind of one of those. He was in a tough spot, and then DeBrusk, you know, one explodes off his stick, and they get a chance. Other than that, I thought we were rock solid. So you're usually it's gonna go your way if you don't give up much.
One other thing, early in the game especially, it seemed like they were trying to overwhelm you guys physically, going out of their way to looking for big hits. Did you feel like you guys can do more to exploit some of the out-of-position stuff that happens with that?
I thought, actually, we were the aggressor early, to be honest with you. I thought we had the better hits. We got in, Crowley got a good one early. Chara blew up Nash. I mean, I thought we set the tone physically. If they're going to run around, we should be able to break the puck out early, a little bit easier if we're there first and we are able to, you know, divert their first forechecker, but you got to do it within the rules. So they're going to get their hits. We're going to get ours. I mean, that's playoff hockey. So, but I thought it was both teams trying to assert themselves physically, and I thought each side had their share of hits, and then the game went on. So I didn't see it, that narrative, as them, you know, being overly physical. I thought they were typically physical. That's how they play, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that on Tuesday, Thursday, next Saturday. It's kind of their game. Get it behind you, be physical, try to force you into mistakes. And I think when we started eliminating our mistakes, the overtimes, they didn't get much. Like I said, a couple of pucks that hopped off our stick, but that's when I thought we were the better team. We just didn't finish, and then we got into penalty trouble.
Bruce, on the winner, they make some plays up top on their power play, and the next thing you know, Panarin gets a pretty good chance. Like, you think there's something that you guys could have done to limit that chance?
Exactly. We got stretched our first forward up to Jones. He's too high. So when they go to Atkinson, he's not able to flip a stick and recover quick enough. Atkinson makes a hell of a play, one touching it through there. And then our other forward was not in the seam. He was too low. So you have one too high, one too low. Bang, bang. It's on net. Our D are out a little too high. Rebound, goal. So real nice play by them. Give them credit. Breakdowns for us. Disappointing. Those killers have been good for us all year. Been very good. So that's where I think the mental part of the game affected us from all our hockey of late into overtime. I thought we made a mental mistake on that. Physically, I thought we were fine. We skated, had our legs, competed hard on pucks, didn't catch up to us, our schedule of late. I thought the mental part did, and you know, on that PK. Their best player, Panarin, basically beat us twice on the power play. That shouldn't happen unless it's a shot rebound where you're really out of control. But when the situation is in control, that's one thing we wanted to take away. We discussed it before. It didn't happen. We'll address it again, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Take two more.
Seems like David Pastrnak has been a little bit of a ride for you guys. What do you think he needs to do to get going?
Well, he got a goal tonight going to the net. I don't know if he scored or Charlie, whatever, but that's a start. You know, a couple of good forecheck hits, so sometimes you got to bring something else in this type of game. To me, I still think he's indecisive, whether to shoot or pass. You see it on the power play. When it looks like he should shoot, he makes a play, and then when, you know, the opportunity to make a play is there, it's forced. So he just has to, you know, kind of fight his way through it. We've tried to play him with both Berge and Kretsch, give him, you know, centers he's comfortable with. We moved him away for a little bit with Coyle. So there's only so much you can do with the personnel in terms of shifting them around. I think at some point it's just a matter of keep playing your way out of it. And hopefully tonight was a start. He did get on the score sheet. And then from there, hopefully it gets going. Maybe, like I said, the power play was my one criticism of our top guys, where they were out of sync and didn't execute well, and it could have been a difference tonight. So they take a lot of pride in that, I'll assume, and that's where I'll put Pass, and that's where I put Berge and Marsh earlier. They're the guys that drive that, so we'll, you know, hopefully we're executing better and finishing some plays on that going forward, because it'll help us offensively. I've always found the offensive guys, when they get going, whether it's on the power play, bleeds into 5-on-5, they start and have confidence. So I think that's part of the challenge for us, or part of the solution to your question.
Last one, Mike.
Bruce, you just kind of brought this up with the power play. You used the term out of sync. Is that all it is, do you think? I mean, are there some tweaks or adjustments that you
Well,
feel like you need to
they're
make?
pressuring us well, and they have good sticks, right? I mean, their penalty kill is what, third this year? I think against Tampa, I can't cite the numbers exactly. It sounds like they did a pretty good job. So this is a good kill, and we're a good power play. So we have to find solutions to what they do well, and I think it's pressure appropriately. So the puck has to get moving quicker, and we have to support it better. Us trying to make plays through the seams that are deliberate, it's not going to cut it. We've tried to address that. This isn't one of the weaker kills. You can get away with that. And then shot selection would be the next part of it. Sometimes when you have a good kill, you got to, and they're aggressive, you got to shoot, take the obvious shot, recover the puck. We did that well against Toronto. They can be aggressive, shoot, recover, get them out of sync, and then you make your play. Need a little more of that mindset as opposed to overpassing.